Warrior is up next. Warrior has two Ascendancies that they're both pretty damn interesting, Titan and Warbringer. Warrior is also the class I'm recommending for new players in general that they haven't had a lot of experience with PoE 1 and they're coming fresh into PoE 2. Welcome, by the way. And yeah, this is my recommended class. It's like I think it's a very good entry to the game. It's a relatively tanky class from the early parts of the campaign as well, so you're gonna have a little bit easier time learning the mechanics of the game if you are a little bit tankier and you can afford a few mistakes here and there. So let's check out Titan first here on the Ascendancy of the Warrior. Now we have quite a few different options. We're gonna start with 1 and 8 as those are the ones that are single ones. Stone Skin, 50% more armor from equipped body armor. This speaks of itself. This is basically free armor on your warrior. Now once again, this is one of the things that we need to see what kind of values we could get out of Stone Skin and how valuable that would be, how much it would actually mean for our mitigation. Otherwise, this could be a little bit underwhelming, but yeah. 8 here, Mysterious Lineage. So this is already nerfed from the previous information we had. It used to be 20% more maximum life, now it's 15. It's still very, very good, once again, but yeah, it already got a little bit nerfed. Alright, let's check out 2 and 3 here. Earthbreaker, 20% chance for slam skills. You use yourself to cause aftershocks. Aftershocks here on the description. Aftershocks are bursts of area that occur after the initial impact of the skill constant. If not otherwise specified, the aftershock will deal the same damage as the initial impact in the same area. So you can definitely cause a lot of different aftershocks and from a few different sources as well. And there is a possibility for aftershocks to also overlap and give you good amount of single target. We need to see what kind of area of effect they're gonna have, but you can increase your area of effect quite a bit on the passive tree of the warrior on that side. Now, Ancestral Empowerment, every second slam skill you use yourself is ancestrally boosted. Ancestral boost is 20% more damage and area of effect. So basically, very easy to understand, extra damage and area for every second slam that you are using. This is actually pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. 50% uptime on this. It's like 10% more damage and area of effect in general, like mathing it out. So yeah, I kinda like it. I kinda like it. Very straightforward so far. Let's go into the 4 and 5 here. Colossal Capacity, carry a chest, which adds 20 inventory slots. This is just quality of life. I don't think I personally would ever spend passive Ascendancy passive skills on this, but there might be some kind of farming strategy for the end game that could prompt you into doing it, but other than that, I just don't see it. On the other hand, the next one on the line here, Hulking Form, is 50% increased effect of small passive skills. I will assume that it means of all passive skills on your passive skill tree, and that could be a very powerful effect. In itself is good, but I would have to say that you probably need to build around it to take advantage of it and good value. So yeah, they're probably gonna be builds that they take full advantage of this and become very, very strong. I'm really liking this type of effect and Ascendancy passive skill as well, so definitely thumbs up. we'll see if we can build around it. Okay, crushing impacts. Your hits are crushing blows. Crushing blows here cause a heavy stun on enemies that are primed for stun. And we have surprising strength, 40% more damage against heavy stunned enemies. So good synergy all around here, generally speaking. Now, primed for stun means that normal enemies are primed to stun when they have at least 40% heavy stun buildup. Magic enemies are instead primed at 60% buildup, rare 70%, and unique at 80%. Right? So basically, you are using some skills that they're building heavy stun. When you hit 80% on a boss, your hits are already crushing blows, so that means that they're causing the heavy stun and you're getting the 40% damage. Heavy stun, hit an enemy builds towards a heavy stun based on the damage dealt. Different enemies have different heavy stun thresholds and durations, with very large monsters having a high heavy stun threshold. Players cannot be heavy stunned. While an enemy is heavy stunned, they cannot act, they count as immobilized. Physical damage and melee damage each cause 50% more heavy stun buildup. These bonuses are multiplicative with each other. There are also a lot of skills that we have access to, and some support gems that you will be able to build up your heavy stuns very often, as often as you can, of course. But like you can also take advantage of it because we are getting a lot of bonuses against heavy stunned enemies from skill tree, from skills and support gems, and also from the passive skill tree. You're getting more things around heavy stun a lot, so you can get a lot of synergies there. Now, if we're talking a little bit about combinations, I haven't given Warrior a lot of thought because I kind of want to see for myself how the heavy stance and stuff like that are gonna be working in game. But you could get you could go for the aftershock stuff, and then either go for the life and maybe crushing blows for your hits, right? You will not get the extra damage out of them, but you could if you would like to skip the life. But like a 4 passive combination could definitely be Earthbreaker, Ancestral Empowerment, and crushing blows with the extra life, and especially if you are using some skills that will take advantage of the heavy stun, right? So I feel like this is a very solid combination. Again, Hulking form is probably gonna be a little bit more of a niche, and you probably need to build around it. It is also a 2 passive setup. Basically, yeah, you're getting the 20 inventory slots, but this is not character power in general. So that means that if you invest half of your ascendancy for this, you better be getting some good things that synergize well with your gear and the rest of your build. So I don't think this being a thing early on, probably something that you build around for an end game character. It could be like a hulking form and ancestrally boosted aftershocks, or heavy stun boosted things, or just go with the small passives and go full more armor and maximum life for a very tanky character. So yeah, different combinations here that you can do on the Titan. Again, I haven't really investigated that much for the Warrior yet, so I'm not gonna talk for a lot of build possibilities here because I don't want to talk out of my ass. I honestly like Warbringer more than the Titan. I haven't checked, by the way, any of those here, generally speaking, but Titan is more of a, let's say, more of a vanilla Ascendancy, right? This is why I'm saying, for a new player, it's gonna be a very nice and easy way to get into the game. Now we have Warbringer here. Warbringer has some interesting paths here from the starting point. Only one of them is single, and that's Jade cards here on 3. Grant skill engage in Jade, gain a stack of Jade every second. Consume all stack of Jade to grant a buff for a duration that absorbs all damage from hits up to a maximum based on the amount of Jade consumed. While engaged, you cannot move or perform actions. So basically, you're building all of those stacks and you're gaining some kind of a shield. You are popping your the encase in Jade. You're popping the ability, and it's basically something like a channeling. You cannot move, you cannot use any other skills or anything like that. You just stay there, basically like channeling Winter Orb, right? You just stay there, you take the hits, mitigation goes off. I'm guessing the effect ends if all of the stacks, if all of the shield that it gives you goes away, but I'm not sure. But you can stop the channel at any point that you want, right? So yeah, definitely a very nice defensive guard skill here on the Warbringer, something that you can basically take on any build and respec in and out of it if you need it for some bosses, especially to tank some of the boss abilities, right? Yeah, this is a very good generic defensive layer, minion build, totem build, attack build, whatever you're doing, right? Again, you can spec in and out of it very easily as well. I'm guessing a lot of Warbringers would spec into Jade Heritage just for doing, especially your first few runs on the bosses when you're not that strong and you don't know the fights very well, so you can just spec into it and have the panic button ready for when a big ability is coming from the boss and you don't know if you can tank it or not. This one is a little bit of a life insurance, right? Okay, let's go here. Anvil's weight, break armor equal to 10% of hit damage dealt. And in plundering impacts, you can break enemy armor to below 0. Very nice synergy here. Breaking armor is probably gonna be something that most warrior builds and other builds will do, but most warrior builds are gonna be doing. Warbringer or Titan as well, because there is a lot of synergy on the passive tree on that side as well, and some of the skill gems also. It is a very powerful effect. It's basically gonna be extra damage breaking the armor of bosses and enemies and stuff like that. It could be a little bit broken to start with, and I am expecting JG to make tweaks into that very, very fast. So yeah, don't get too excited if breaking armor, especially breaking it to below 0, is absolutely broken, because I feel like they will patch it very, very fast as well. Now, let's go into the 4 and 5, and this is something that I was a little bit more excited myself as Warbringer, and why I was kind of considering as a league starter as well. We have Grand Skills, Ancestral Spirits. Trigger Ancestral Spirits when you summon a totem. Each of your totems will summon an Ancestral Spirit minion to fight for you. If the totem that summoned the minion dies, then the Ancestral Spirit will too. Now, of course, we don't have any stats on that, but once again, it's a granted skill. You can support it with support gems, right? So you can make Ancestral Spirit do a fair amount of damage, I'm guessing. So yeah, it all depends. This was that I've been saying for basically ever since the reveal. Warbringer could be a very, very strong league starter character based on the Jade Heritage and the support for the totems. If the Ancestral War Chief and the totem support that we have is gonna be good enough, if they're gonna be strong enough, then it's definitely a very nice league starter, especially because we don't know the boss fights, and you just plop down your totem, it's doing the damage for you, the Ancestral Spirit is doing the damage for you that is gonna be summoning, and you can be busy dodging attacks from the boss using your encasing jade and stuff like that, right? Yeah. It is basically top to end minion, yeah. Okay, the next part here of the this kind of line is wooden wall. 20% of damage from hits is taken from your nearest totem's life before you. Similar to the Infernalist, we have a defensive layer. This was something that it was kind of missing from totem builds in PoE 1. Some kind of generic damage mitigation. It's very nice. It's only from hits, but it's still very, very strong. I really like this kind of thing. That does mean that you need to invest a little bit of, totem life, totem resistance, stuff like that to make it a little bit more durable so that they can tank for you and still stay alive so that they do the damage. I really like this kind of combination, generally speaking. Let's go down here, 6 and 7. Next, Rainless Training, gain 40% base chance to block from equipped shield instead of the shield's value. Okay, and Turtle's Arm is 35% less block chance, can block damage from all hits with shield, while shield is not raised. Oh, okay. 35% less block damage seems like a very big penalty, generally speaking. And gain 40% base chance to block only from the shield. Yeah, this could be a strong combination, but also it seems like it's requiring a lot of block so that you can hit the cap. I'm not sure if this is gonna be worth it or not. We're gonna have to find out though. And we have war colors below, right here. Corpses in your presence explode when you war cry, dealing 25% of their life as physical damage. And the last part over here, Great Wolf's Howl, ignore war cry cooldowns. So yeah, I've talked about this. I'm really liking this kind of thing here. I haven't checked out all the war cries and how powerful they can be, but having a free explodey on your war cries does seem pretty damn powerful, and with ignoring the war cry cooldown, it could be a very nice thing. I'm not sure if you can boost with totems with war cries. I don't think so though. So yeah, you can do like war calls below and howl with the break armor stuff and go nuts with that. You could do some type of a totem build and like go ancestral call, wooden wall, jade heritage, and also war colors below, and just have your war cries being a little bit extra clear for your explodey, and also removing corpses, no DD shenanigans and stuff like that, right? So a lot of merit. Also a very defensive setup as well as a full combination. Like you are getting the encasing, you are also getting the mitigation from woody wall and the extra offensive of ancestral spirit. I am not sure how much to value this kind of thing with the block here. Definitely not something that I would ever consider early game. This is definitely a late game setup if you can find enough block to cap your block, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if glass and blows could be a good combination with it or not. I don't know. It really depends if you would get enough EHP out of a thing like that, right? A combination like that. On the other hand, we could go, for Warcry and go for like an attacking build as a Warbringer. You don't have to do, totems. Just go Warcry and break armor stuff. A lot of good things, right? Break armor, again, below 0. It could be a little bit broken, so keep in mind they probably not gonna shy away from nerfing things if they prove to be broken or extremely powerful. They do want to get good testing out of this early